Are you thinking of purchasing an investment property? Are you thinking of managing your own investment property? Are you thinking of getting tenants or wondering about property management? Hi, my name is Roxanne Govari with Pemberley Realty here in San Diego, California, and I have been a broker in managing properties for about 25 years. And you name it, I have seen it in the world of property management. I have had great tenants that have just loved the property and taking care of the property and been paying on time all the time and taking care of the property. I have leased and managed property for others for many, many years. And I also have had nightmare situations like a farmer. And when I'm talking about a farmer, I'm not talking about a legitimate farmer. I'm talking about the one that in the days before marijuana growing was legal in the state of California, they had turned the house into a farmhouse and growing marijuana on the inside of the house. And I found that out once I started wanting to inspect the property, and the tenant was resisting and wouldn't let me into the house, that I found out that they were farming. Or another situation where I had a tenant who was cooking hash oil and basically blew up the unit on a third floor of an apartment building and destroyed the whole entire floor, basically with either water damage or asbestos damage or smoke damage as the result of that. So yes, the world of property management and dealing with tenants could be very rewarding, and it could also be very stressful. I had a friend of mine that used to make fun of it and used to say, "Oh yes, the world of property management, the wonderful world of trash and toilets." Which basically comes down to, you're always cleaning up and maintaining a property, or you are dealing with plumbing situations and blockages in a property. But the name of the game when it comes to property management is to make sure that you are screening the tenants, make sure that you are checking all their qualifications, and make sure that you're getting somebody who is very responsible. And it's not always possible to do that, but you do the best that you can. For example, it will give you one of those warning signs that at the time I did not actually check for, and that is to check on criminal background checks. So the tenant that I had taken in, who actually blew up the unit because she was cooking hash oil, she actually had a DUI on her record. And I understand that from a DUI, you don't go into, okay, she's going to cook hash oil in the unit. But when we went to court, and when I was there to see what the judge was saying about her, this was a woman of about 35 years old, and the judge was saying that she has had what was some sort of alcohol problem or another since her teenage years. And since this was on her record, if I had pulled the criminal background check, and I had pulled that she had a DUI, I probably would have had some sort of a warning sign, and I could have denied her at the time. And again, hindsight is 2020. It's not always easy to see these things, but sometimes you can uh, make some preventions. So that's as far as running credit and doing tenant screenings. And another thing that I think is important to do is to check with the previous tenant and see what the history is like. And in my opinion, it's always better to go to one previous landlord, not tenant, but landlord, and not the present landlord, because the present landlord, if the tenant is a troubled tenant, then they want that tenant out. So if you're going back and asking them, hey, how's this tenant? They're not going to give you the truth because they want the tenant out of their own property and they want the trouble gone. And they're happy to send them over to you. So go to the previous landlord to get the truth. Let's talk about lease agreements. Lease agreements are also very, very important, especially in states such as California, where the tenant has by far a lot more rights than landlords. Now, I don't think this is fair, but I'm not running the government, so I cannot make those decisions. And a lot of landlords are small landlords, are middle class families that have bought a property to take care of them as a supplemental income or to pay for their retirement. So for tenants to have so many rights and for landlords not to have as many rights to defend their property and their livelihood, I don't think it's fair. But again, I don't make the rules. I just follow them. So as part of that, let's talk about security deposits. Security deposits as of July of 2024 will go down to 1 month, which again, I do not think it's fair, but it is what it is. So that 1 month worth of deposit, if the tenant doesn't pay or if they are if they make any damage, then then the landlord is going to definitely be in the red. So a suggestion that I think is in order is, as a landlord, we all need to start saving and saving more, because if there are any losses that we need to cover, we need to make sure that there's money to cover that. And let's talk about legal considerations. This is where your attorney is your best friend, because your attorney can give you the best advice. And for example, if the tenant is not paying, I would say your property manager in that instance is not necessarily the best person, but your attorney is. A lot of the times when you get to the point where the tenant is not paying, you are entering the legal territory. And if you're entering the legal territory, you better have your guidance from an actual attorney rather than from a property manager. A property manager is there to make sure everything is set in place. But when there is trouble arising, then you need to basically go up one level and go up to the expert and get your advice from the expert, in this case, attorneys. Let's talk about maintenance. So I am a big proponent of maintaining the property to the best of your ability. If there is any repairs that arise, take care of the repairs right away, and make sure you're maintaining the property to the best of your knowledge. For example, I give you an example. If you're talking about bathrooms, there is let's say that the tenant is taking a shower, and the shower does not have a proper ventilation. Well, that proper ventilation is very easy to fix. For example, when my crew and I, we renovate bathrooms, we make sure to have 2 lights in each bathroom. One that lights up above the sconce, because if you're trying to get ready in the morning, if you're brushing your teeth, or if you're putting up your makeup, you want to have ample light, so that the sconce light helps in that situation. And if you're taking a shower, you definitely want to have the ceiling light come on so that you can see what you're doing in the shower. And as a landlord, and in the means of, and in the prevention of things, if that light is always a fan light, then you're always making sure that that as the tenant is taking a shower, you're ventilating the bathroom, and you never have to deal with the issue of mold, because your fan is running as your tenant is taking a shower, and you're never accumulating any moisture in the bathroom because the fan is circulating and taking the moisture out. Now, very important to make sure, and sometimes those wonderful handymen and those wonderful contractors that we rely on so much get lazy, and then they don't vent all the way out to the outside. They vent to the attic, and then they just leave it there, which is not the point of this exercise. You want to make sure that you take the moisture all the way out. And yes, it's more work and it's more expense because you have to penetrate into the roof and take it to the outside. But that way, you're assuring that the proper ventilation is available in the bathroom, and you don't grow mold or any of that sort, because not only you're affecting the health of your tenant, but you are also affecting what you can collect in terms of income from the rent. So there you have it. Those are some of the do's and don'ts when it comes to property management. And like always, I am here for any questions or any concerns that you want to share with me. And yes, I buy, sell, and manage property in San Diego, California, but by means of my other colleagues, I am available to you throughout the country. So anywhere that you are always welcome to reach out to me, and I'm happy to help. And you can reach out to me on my cell phone, which is right here, or via my website. And also, if you want to send me an email, I am always happy to receive your emails. If you are seeing this on Instagram, or if you want to reach out to me or follow me on Instagram, I would appreciate that as well. And who is not on Facebook? I know I am. So please reach out to me. And if you are watching this on YouTube, I appreciate it if you give me a thumbs up, because I love to share this content with you. And if it's helpful, then you will be notified next time if you subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your evening.